Hello, everybody. Welcome to Nintendo Expansion Pass here on Boss Rush Network. I'm your host, the Enlightened Insider Eddie B. Joining me is the one, the only Bossman himself, Mr. Corey Dirrig. Hello, good sir.
Hello. We are here, Ed. We just got done watching this Nintendo Direct. Dare I say, pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good.
There was one thing that made us feel geared.
Yeah, that
was.
I sent you that. I was like, man, I just got geared. So, so for those who don't know, when Ed and I and Jesse were all doing Arsenal X together, and we were doing a watch along for one of the Xbox presentations, and they were announcing Gears 4, I believe. Right? It was that year.
Yes.
We were watching, and this brick wall with a Gears logo shows up, and very visibly on this video, I was like, yeah! And all of a sudden, like, they break through the wall, and it was a Funko Pop phone game, and I lost it. I was not happy because Gears is like one of my all-time favorite franchises, and I got really upset that it wasn't. But then after that, they showed Gears 4.
Yeah.
It was 4, right?
It was
4 or
yeah.
5? It was 4?
It was 4. It was 4.
Yeah. So,
because you just like, yes! And then they showed the Funko Pops. It's like, no! I don't want this!
Yeah, it was a very interesting
quick
video.
reaction.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm very happy, Ed. So, how are you? How are you doing?
I am doing good. This direct, man, we did our direct recap with Stephanie, and just looking at, 49 games is a lot within 43 minutes. And they said that they were focusing on the winter of what's to come, and they kind of did. We're getting some games for next year, a lot of stuff actually for 2023 that we're getting, and they kind of focus on some games that's coming out this year. But we were talking about the gap between Fire Emblem Engage that's coming in January and Tears of the King for the next Legend of Zelda in May. And I kind of was asking you, I'm kind of worried what is going to look like for 2023. What is the release that Nintendo as a first party going to do? Because of course we got indie games and third party games that could cover it, like February is stacked. But what do we have for Nintendo? Because yes, we got Pikmin 4 that got announced. That's coming, but we still missing Metroid Prime. We still missing Advance Wars. We didn't see those games in the direct, and it's kind of concerning to be like, Nintendo, I know you guys are waiting to get things right before things release. But when are you guys going to talk?
Yeah, look, Nintendo's got a lot coming, right? We saw today, and my theory is they're gonna have 3 game specific directs coming up, right? With I think Bayonetta is gonna be one. Which I think they'll do probably right before the first one gets that physical release, just to remind people that it's getting a physical release. They'll do one for Bayonetta 3 right around then. I think they will do a Pokemon Presents right before Pokemon Violet and Scarlet come out. And then I think somewhere December, early January, they'll do one for Fire Emblem Engage. And then after that, I think we're going to get one either towards the end of January, early February to kind of lay out what's coming in the spring. And we kind of already know a little bit, right? Like Fire Emblem's coming. Octopath Traveler 2 was announced for February. I wonder if they're going to try to skirt by and say that the Mario movie is a release for them in March.
You know what? I agree with you. They probably will.
Because that's the thing. They're going to want to show that off in a direct. They're not going to just want to release the trailer online. They're going to want to
No,
make that a
no.
huge deal in a Nintendo Direct, and
Oh
so
yes.
uh, that's why I think there will probably be some sort of direct around the Game Awards. Although the Game Awards would probably be a decent place to show that trailer first too. That's probably
Mm.
something that Jeff Keighley is working very hard on getting is the Mario trailer at the Game Awards.
Which is surprising. He put a question out, be like, "What kind of trailer would you guys want to see?" All we could do is ask
Yeah.
for it. And I kind of have a feeling that people are going to be asking them, "Hey, can you get some? Can you ask Nintendo this? Ask Nintendo that? Can
Hmm.
you really get Nintendo involved?" Because I think with Nintendo removing their announcements from the Game Awards, everybody was just like, this show was bland and boring." Because like it feels like the same thing over and over that they're showcasing.
Yeah, but I don't think the Game Awards are boring. I think that they're too long.
Hmm.
But like I enjoy watching the trailers and stuff. I don't get to watch it as much as I would like to at this point, but uh, I think Jeff Keighley does a good job with the Game Awards. He's got to pay the bills, right? It's not like
Yes.
it's a little bit too long, but also like I get it. I get it. So,
I
uh,
I think people are fine. I think people are. I know, yeah, it is too long, but I think it's like when it's the trailer announcements and everything, there needs to be more diversity because it always feels like here goes a movie, or first person shooter, or first person view. It's just space, or this is the theme that it is. It's just like we want something like unexpected, like, and I kind of feel like when Smash Brothers came out, uh, and they had Joker, that year,
mhm.
and they did Ultimate Alliance 3 and everything, people were into the awards. They were shocked because they didn't expect this. And then, like, following year, it was just like, ugh, what is this? Like, nobody didn't want pretty much anything. I was just like, oh, they're doing the Ghost and Goblins Resurrection. Okay, I'll buy that. That's what I look for. I mean, I did expect, but everything else just felt like
Sometimes
unimpressive.
sometimes I think because you don't like it, you think everybody else shouldn't like it. And I think that's completely false on a lot of occasions.
Well, I mean, it's not because I don't have nothing against the Game Awards. The only thing that I have a problem with is just like I wish the game traders and stuff was just a bunch of diverse that you get different art styles, different ideas. Like if Jeff Kinney's just like, okay, we got this game with this idea covered. Let's see if we could go talk to Wholesome Games or talk to some other developers who would love to promote their game in
Yeah,
our
but those
show.
companies don't have the money to buy the slots in the Game Awards to pay for the
Hmm.
Game Awards. Like that's the trade off. Is like a game that's going to sell 5,000 copies is not going to be able to pay for a spot in the Game Awards. That's that's the way it goes. And yeah, there's
Hmm.
going to be high profile indies, right? That PlayStation or Xbox or Nintendo will pay for to be there, right? Like like a Shovel Knight game or uh like something like that, but like you're not going to get this Bear and Breakfast or Lake or some of these other
Hmm.
smaller games that won't sell more than 10,000 copies on the Game Awards. I'm sorry, you're just not, because they can't afford it. They can barely afford to pay their developers. Half those developers have other jobs, and they do this when they
Hmm.
get home from their other jobs. It's like, uh, and that's just the nature of the business, man. Like that's how it works, and it sucks that that's how it works, but that's how it works. You know, and once you like, and even if you were to throw one company a bone, like you're gonna have to throw them all a bone, because somebody knows somebody knows somebody knows somebody, and they're gonna be like, "How did you get in there?" And they're gonna be like, "Well, they put us in there as a favor," and then like everybody's gonna start asking for favors, and you just can't do that.
It's understandable, but I don't know. It's I think when you posted that question, uh, I understand what you mean that not everybody can do it, but I think I don't know. It feels like yes, you are going to the people who are willing to pay for a spot, who got the money to do it because they think they're going to sell well. But I'm like, oh, you got to realize that, hey, everybody, I'm sorry that everything feels the same. I'm sorry that the ideas feel generic and recycled, but they're the ones that up the money to showcase their game. So if they feel like we are a big platform for them to showcase it, we're going to do the business and everything. It's just like, it's, I think that's why sometimes when people look at the Rex and State of Play and Inside Xbox, I think when you look at a trailer, you never think of the business size that goes into it. You just think that, oh, this is a 20-second or maybe a minute trailer that is advertising to people to get their interest in it. And when I talk about wholesome games, a lot of their stuff was just like, hey, show some interest. It's for these developers by going on the Steam wish list and hitting and that's, to them, that's big as for business and stuff. Because maybe it's not a guaranteed sale, but it's got some recognition and it can help them uh, get some kind of traction or something with it, with their game. The direct, I think the Nintendo Direct makes it like, if you could get your game in a direct, you're going to grab some attention, which could lead to good sales. Untitled Goose Game, something that no one expected.
Yeah, but
As much as
Untitled
the
Goose
people did
Game.
all the memes.
Look, Untitled Goose Game was a funny game, but it didn't sell very well. Like, it was on Game
I mean,
Pass. Like, hold on, I'm I'm, I'm looking.
I think it's sold enough to get some kind of recognition, though, in a sense, or people was
I mean,
recognizing
people.
it and
I
they
mean,
get away from the sale.
let's see. Okay, never mind. It sold. It sold over 1 million copies. That surprises me. Uh, but okay. Well, that just kind of ignore everything I just said now because I feel dumb now. It's fine.
No,
I'm always dumb. It's
no,
okay.
no.
Uh,
I think it's just, I think there's just some games that, and there, yes, some games that's internet to the direct doesn't always sell well. It doesn't always produce like, um, what is that one game that we just that Dan and Galatrat just like we gave it our bad game of the year for Nintendo Power Block because it was so bad. But it looked like it was very promising in the sense. Uh, I don't know. Like, well, how do you feel about trailers and presentations and everything? Like, which ones do you look forward to that would grab you?
I mean, it depends, right? Because like Ubisoft just had their big kind of Assassin's Creed 15th anniversary reveal thing, right, where they announced a bunch of games,
Hmm.
and the cinematic trailer for Assassin's Creed Mirage looked awesome, but that's not what the game looks like. That's not how it's going to play. Those are cutscenes or a really expensive cinematic trailer that they outsourced to Blur or someone like that, right? It's not.
Yeah,
That's not what the game looks like. But we all know what Assassin's Creed plays like. I Assassin's Creed is beautiful. It has great mechanics. Bloated, sure, but like the games are amazing. I don't care what anybody says. The games are amazingly fun to play. Especially like I'm still playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Uh,
hmm
and Valhalla is getting its last kind of chapter. I think it's literally called the final chapter or something, which is a terrible name for an expansion. But Mirage looks great. They showed off the uh, two teaser trailers for one for Codename Red, which is the feudal Japan shinobi kind of game, and then they showed off Hex, Codename Hex, which is their kind of horror inspired witchcraft during the 17th century Roman Catholic Roman rule. So, uh,
hmm
Roman Catholic rule. So like cinematic trailers are cool. I think you have to go in. with expectations. The cinematic trailers that really worry me a lot of the time are the ones where it's a new IP and they're just kind of like shoveling out a trailer and they're like, "Oh, well, that's neat, I guess." Uh the trailers that my favorite trailers, so the Zelda one today, or yeah, today at the time of this recording, we're recording on September 13th. The Zelda one today was pretty, like, it was pretty good, right? Like they usually do a pretty decent job of showing off new trailers or whatever. But I think the company that makes the best trailers is Bungie, right? The Destiny trailers.
Yes.
Have you ever watched have you ever watched any of their like seasonal trailers or their big cinematic trailers for new expansions? Like they're phenomenal. Like they know how to make a gameplay trailer look cinematic.
Then that last trailer for the next DLC, the next expansion, like when them jumping out of the window and everything, I'm like, this looks beautiful. This is crazy on how this is this level of production that they are doing. I don't know if they make them themselves or they outsource or anything.
I think they have an in-house. I think they have an in-house trailer company now.
In-house trailer. My mouth be as always agape, looking just like, how are they doing this? And sometimes they're funny, but some of the writing and everything.
Yeah, like this season, this season in Destiny. I know I've talked a lot about Destiny on a Nintendo podcast. Just we're talking about trailers here, right? Like the new season is all about pirates, right? And it's all about the Drifter and Mithrax and Spider and how Aramis has escaped her icy prison, and she's getting all the Elixni who don't want to follow the House of Light, and she's reforming the House of Salvation. And in order to do that, she's becoming a scavenger or a pirate, right? A space pirate. And so this whole season is Drifter helping you take out these space pirates. But Drifter is the comedic relief for Destiny now, right? Like, and like just the writing in the trailer, even if you're not into Destiny, just go watch the trailer, and it's really funny. It's really cool.
Yeah.
And I've always thought Bungie has made the best trailers, even going back to Halo, right? Remember the Halo 3 stop motion trailers, or the kind of fake, like the mockumentary style trailers that they did with, the soldiers talking about Master Chief, or even the Reach ones, or, they've always done great trailers. Always. So yeah, for me, like Bungie is second to none in terms of production for trailers. But in terms of Nintendo, like they're pretty, I think Nintendo's trailers are pretty standard. They show some gameplay, they show some story elements, they have some generic dialogue, kind of whatever, like the Fire Emblem one. If you look at the Fire Emblem Engage trailer, that's about what I expect from Nintendo, like all the time, so.
But then you look at the Smash Bros. Trailers for Smash Bros. Ultimate, like just all of those releases, and even the Wii U and 3DS, like when they entered Little Mac and Samus was there and she was doing the measuring thing, it was literally funny because he hit her on the side and smashed her, and that was like that's so good when Nintendo could make like great trailers and funny trailers. Still to this very day, I think one of their best trailers is the Silent Smash trailer, where everybody was inserting their own music and posting it online and everything. Like they was underscoring it with other music and everything, and it felt like everything that they were doing was so fitting for that trailer. So yes, they did that, but they was marketing actually for Nintendo. So they was getting free marketing for that game and everything. But it was so interesting to see how creators were using that and scoring stuff and getting trailers like that out and everything. Like that's cool. Definitely, like when I hear the music from Nintendo trailer, I'm always like, oh, I need that soundtrack. Oh, I want this. I'm like, who's singing this? What is the theme? Where can I find it? And I gotta wait till the game comes out so I can hear it and everything. But those are kind of the things that I look for, and especially when like Paper Mario. When I see a Paper Mario trailer, oh, my interest is already there because I know that this is going to be funny, or it's going to be have this cool battle system or whatever, and I'm going to be into it and looking at stuff. But then I get Fire Emblem, and it's so deep. The music is so enrichful, and like it captures my attention. And then I see the cutscenes and the voice acting, and I'm just like, oh, I gotta have this day one,
Mm-hmm.
you know. Uh,
Yeah.
but like, but like, the reason I even Sony for some reason, might be a little Nintendo. Ever since I seen the Last Guardian, I have always wanted that game, and every trailer that came out from it, it grabbed my attention, and I stood there, and I just like, I want to see this in motion. This is beautiful. This is something that no one else at Sony or any other company is doing, and I love that.
Experience the
Yeah. Yeah. No, I hear you. Sorry, I was looking at a trailer. Uh, yeah. So I mean, there's a lot of different ways a trailer can get people excited. I think it depends on preference, and I think it depends on the game. Like, you could
Hmm.
you could see a trailer for a game that you're excited for, and the trailer be bad, and you still get excited because there's something new to watch about the game, right? So,
Yeah.
um, yeah. But Ed, before we move on into our topic of the night, since we've spent 15 minutes talking about trailers, we're gonna move into Patreon, our Patreon producers.
Yes.
If you want to support this episode of Expansion Pass, as well as our other shows here on the network, you can go onto patreon.com/Boss Rush Network. Hold on, I think I got to sneeze. Nailed it. Muted right at the right time. You can head on over to Patreon, patreon.com/Boss Rush Network, where you can get early access to 5 shows for just $1. But if you want to become a Patreon producer, you can subscribe at the $5 tier, which gets you early access plus a shout out on this segment. So without further ado, Ed, our Patreon producers for this episode of Nintendo Power Block Expansion Pass are Adriel Munger, Celeste Roberts, my wife, Sana Dirrig, Francisco Santillan, Prince Unsmooth Toes, and Rebecca Jewell. I want to thank all of our Patreon producers. I want to thank all of our patrons, and I want to thank all of our free listeners. Remember, you get Power Block Expansion Pass 1 week early if you subscribe to Patreon. But if you listen on free feeds, please leave us a nice rating and a review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. It really helps us out. Really helps with discoverability. If you're watching on YouTube, subscribe to the channel. Hit that like. All that stuff. All the stuff that they say.
Yes.
Very tired. It's fine. I got all my excitement out during the direct recap show. Which, by the way, check out the direct recap show every time there's a direct. Ed and I, as well as our friends from around the internet, break down the next direct.
Yes.
Do it. Stephanie joined us on this one. Very exciting.
Yes.
A little bit longer than I expected, but it's fine. All good. All good.
Yes.
Anyways, go ahead, Ed.
So,
Let's talk.
So-
Let's talk about what is happening with Nintendo Switch in the near future. Okay, I have a release calendar pulled up because I know that's what you were
Okay.
concerned about. I have a
yes,
release calendar.
I actually was. Yes.
Now,
So,
I have from September till February, and then everything else has a generic 2023 release date.
okay.
Except for Zelda, obviously. So right now, Ed, we're looking at in September, we just got Splatoon 3 and NBA 2K. Pretty big.
That is right. That dropped.
Yeah. I know a lot of people are looking forward to Bear and Breakfast, which is September 15th, which will be out by the time most of you hear this. I don't know what your thoughts are on that, Ed.
I am getting it. I really want to check this one out. It's been grabbing my attention more and more.
Yeah. A game I'm surprised was not shown in this direct, Ed. Diofield Chronicle. That's weird real-time strategy RPG from Square.
So it wasn't in ours because it was in the Japanese one.
I don't care. It's still coming out here in a week. In like 9 days it comes out. It should have been in this direct. People should have been reminded. There's 900 others. There was 900 other Square games in this direct, Ed. They could have thrown this in there. They didn't even have to change the font, Ed, because all of their games use the same font.
Someone posted a picture on Twitter showing all of the fonts from Square.
Yeah, it's like there's an image I saw. There's a meme today that I saw too. Like it was just all the box arts from all the games announced after the direct today. It's like the font won't go away, and it's like everything from Octopath Traveler all the way to Octopath Traveler 2, and it's like Diofield Chronicle, Harvestella, Triangle Strategy, Bravely Default 2.
What the heck is Various Daylife? Like, that's the generic dude. I was just like, this is too generic for a game.
Yeah, look, whatever. So my thought here, Ed, was that we would just kind of go through each of the games that are coming out, like some of the bigger games or more interesting games, and just kind of talk about each one through February, and then obviously Zelda at the end. But I mean, we kind of already talked a lot about Zelda. We might save Zelda for another expansion pass, guys, because there's a lot to unpack there with Zelda. And I think the next expansion pass, we will break down Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Still, gosh, every time I say that, I have to think about it. I literally have to think about it every time I say it. We're so used to calling it Breath of the Wild 2, and now that it has a title, it's like I keep wanting to call it Breath of the Wild, but it's not. So every time, and it doesn't roll off the tongue either very well. Tears of the Kingdom does not roll off the tongue. But that's probably the theme of this trilogy, right? It's something of the something, right? That's clearly the way they're going with these titles.
You know what? Did not even think about that. Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom.
And then the third one will be like, I bet it's like, it's probably going to be like something of the hero or hero of the something.
Song of the whatever.
Yeah, Song of the Hero. Let's call it right now. Mark this episode down. Song of the Hero will be the third game in 6 years.
Okay, can we use that for the trilogy that we're going to probably be talking about for the expansion pass?
Yeah, I mean, I don't care. Sure.
Okay, Song of the Hero, because yes, we're gonna get into that, everybody. But man, this.
Ed, save it. We're going to talk about Zelda. All right.
Yes.
We already have another block this week to record for Breath of the Wild, and so we'll probably include Age of Calamity in there too, right? Because that story is important to this arc, even though it's like a spinoff game. That story is still pretty important to this arc. So we'll get there. We're going to talk about it. It might be a multiple episode arc, but I've actually thought about replaying Breath of the Wild after the trailer today. Like, I mean, I've been thinking about it for a while, but this is kind of like, maybe I should get in the mode to play. But yeah, we'll talk about it. We'll get there. So Bear and Breakfast, I don't care. Not going to lie. I don't really care about that game. Let's see. The next game on the list is Diofield Chronicle. It seems interesting, right? Like, I want it to be interesting and good, but this is kind of like a wait and see for me. Although it looks really like, to me it looks fun, but also it looks like it could be really boring really fast. Like triangle strategy for me I was like really excited. It looked really fun, and then it got really boring because I just sit there and listen to dialogue for 2 hours before I got into an hour-long battle.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
uh so big one for me, Ed. Shovel Knight Dig. New Shovel Knight game. Very excited. Roguelike, not my cup of tea, but I will always support Shovel Knight. Everybody support Shovel Knight. Go buy Shovel Knight Dig. Go buy Shovel Knight Pocket Dungeon too, because that game did not sell well at all. Buy Shovel Knight games, everybody. I want Super Shovel Knight, and I want Shovel Knight 64, and I want their build up like they kind of talked about when Shovel Knight came out, right? Like I want these games. So everybody buy Shovel Knight Dig for me. Not for me, but for you, but for me. Are you getting Shovel Knight Dig, Ed?
I'm getting Shovel Knight Dig.
What are your thoughts on Shovel Knight Dig?
It really interests me. I know, it is a roguelike, but I keep hearing the soundtrack. I'm just like, yeah, this is my type of jam. What's going to happen is I'm going to get it, and I'm going to zone into this game and just be like, what time is it?
Yeah.
It's 2 o'clock in the morning. I've been playing this game since 8 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm going to be into this one. I'm definitely going to pick it up because I do want to see more Shovel Knight. And Yacht Club, they're just some great guys that I got to meet and talk to. And they really make some great games.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for this one.
Yeah. I'm excited to see how the roguelike element plays into it. I know it's not Yacht Club directly developing this. I know they're working on Mina, which I'm also very excited for. But yeah, Shovel Knight Dig. September 23rd.
Which I'm expecting it. Yeah, I'm expecting it any direct next month.
Yeah. So on the 27th, we actually are getting quite a few games on Switch. Well, two major games, I would say, on Switch. We're getting Life is Strange Remastered Collection, which is the first game, and then Before the Storm, right? Those are the 2 games in the collection.
It's supposed to be the first, Before the Storm, and the second game, and Life is Strange 2.
Wait, Life is Strange 2. What about the first game?
It's included too.
It's the first. It's 1, 2, and Before the Storm.
Yeah, because Life is Strange is 1. Before the Storm is the DLC for Life is Strange, and then
Before the Storm is a separate game.
Right, but it was supposed to be the DLC for the first Life is Strange.
I'm looking this up. Nope, it's just the first game and Before the Storm. It is not the second game.
Did they take the second game out? Because Life is Strange 2 was supposed to be in it.
Oh, I just looked it up. I'm on Game Informer. That's what Game Informer says. So.
Wow. Right, because like PlayStation and Sony, when they got their collection, they got all 3 of them.
Well, I'm looking at it right now.
That's interesting.
So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. But
because why would they? Because that's the thing. The reason I asked is because why would they just put the first and Before the Storm, skip 2, and then give them true colors for Switch?
I don't know. Maybe. Well, they didn't do the Captain Spirit game either, though, which was the prequel to 2.
Right. I thought that was going to be included in it. But I think they was going to probably just skip that because it was just such a small kind of.
Yeah, but it affected the story though. I don't know. Maybe we'll get to later.
Mm-hmm.
Tunic is the other one on the 27th. The Zelda-like, not Zelda-like game that's coming. That came out on Xbox earlier this year. You play as a little fox and you solve puzzles and you collect digital pages of a game manual that help you through the game, which is kind of a cool idea. I know I just played Death's Door, and Death's Door felt way better to me than when I played Tunic, and I don't know if that's just because I played them like I tried them both out at the same time, right? And that probably affected how I felt about Tunic, but also like I thought Death's Door felt better, so I played Death's Door. And I'm really glad I did because it's probably like a top 20 game of all time for me now. But Tunic is something that I will keep an eye on. It'll probably be a game when it's on sale I will get. But right now it's, I don't know, it's a wait and see for me.
It's a wait and see for me, even though like if they get a physical, I'll get the physical. I actually realized that it's the same day for the PlayStation version also. Because I know that it got announced for PlayStation earlier in the year, and everybody was just like, "Where's the Switch version?"
Yeah, but you knew Nintendo was saving that announcement for.
See, that was the weird. That was the weird thing. I didn't expect them to save it for a direct until the game comes out.
But why? Nintendo does that all the time. Look at Persona is another example, right? Like they announced it for Xbox and Game Pass, and everybody's like, "Where's the Switch version?" And then, at that third-party direct, they announced it. So,
I think it was, of course, it's probably like marketing, like it was planning. But I think that sometimes when a game gets announced for a certain platform, the games for those other platforms will also get announced after that presentation. Because look at GoldenEye. GoldenEye got announced for Switch NSO, and then after the presentation, Microsoft was just like, "Oh yeah, we're doing it too for Game Pass." And sometimes that happens with a lot of Nintendo games that it gets announced first at this presentation, and then it falls underneath everything else. So we was wondering if, I think it was the State of Play or something. I think it may have been State of Play. When they announced it at Sony, people were thinking that after the Sony presentation, it's coming to everything else. It's coming to the Switch also.
Yeah.
So,
well. Anyways, Tunic is coming, and then the next game on this list, Ed, is FIFA 23 Legacy Edition.
Pass.
Overwatch 2, free to play. We've talked about that ad nauseum on here. October is the month for Switch, though.
Yes.
Overwatch 2 comes out on the 4th. Nier Automata comes out on the 6th. No Man's Sky comes out on the 7th. Let's see here. Let's see. I just want to get the dates right. Mario Rabbids Sparks of Hope comes out on the 20th. New Tales of the Borderlands comes out on the 21st. Persona 5 Royal comes out on the 21st. Bayonetta 3 comes out on the 28th. And so, October's a stacked month for Switch. Like,
heck yeah.
I'm excited for almost all of these games.
So definitely Nier Automata, Bayonetta 3 is for me. Mario Rabbids Spark of Hope is for me. Persona 5, I am going to get that on Switch also.
I'm actually shocked that like a lot of these games aren't up for pre-order yet on Amazon. I'm not going to Best Buy. I'm having it shipped to my door. I mean Nier is so. Nier Automata is, Mario Rabbids is, Bayonetta 3 is, but Persona 5 not up yet. They're making a physical of those, right? Those games are getting physical releases, right?
No, not at this time.
Are you sure?
Microsoft is not getting it.
Well, Microsoft doesn't get a lot of physical Japanese games. That's pretty normal for Microsoft.
Right, because they haven't mentioned anything for. I think it's because it's such. I don't know. I think it's just only eShop at this time because they would have mentioned the physical when they announced the game for Nintendo.
Well, Japan's getting a physical.
Yeah, that's Japan. They probably won't do it for us yet. If they do announce physical, it won't be until almost next month or the end of this month.
Well,
because because that should have already been out so people could pre-order it.
yeah, I'm kind of shocked that it's not right now. But all those games I'm pretty excited for. Mario Rabbids is going to be awesome, and they just announced that Rayman DLC.
Hmm.
Can't wait, man. Cannot wait. Yeah, I I can't. Man, I hate when they do this. And this is exactly why I waited for Xenoblade Chronicles 3 also, is because they just announced today like some super cool characters and costumes and stuff for Xenoblade. And I'm like,
Uh-huh.
if I would have played that when that game came out, I wouldn't have gotten any of this, right? And man, I don't like when games put characters as DLC like that. Because you're missing part of the game, you know?
Yeah.
Anyways, it's fine.
But I think,
Ed, it's fine. It's fine.
but I was supposed to say, I don't think anyone was looking forward to the expansion pass because they didn't know what they were getting at the time. I think people just really wanted to play the game itself so they could know what they were going to get into. Because I haven't really heard anyone talk about the expansion stuff for Xenoblade Chronicles 3. I know a lot of people just like, we want stuff like Torna, like something very heavy, story driven. This, the expansion pass, they'll probably wait for a sale, or if it's, they'll wait for all of it to come out. But yeah, I understand what you're talking about. I understand what you mean.
Yeah. So October's pretty full. I'm pretty excited for most of the stuff, but although November's pretty full too, especially with some of the stuff that was announced today. Let's see.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Harvestella, It Takes Two, are on the 4th. Sifu is on the 8th. Sonic Frontiers is on the 8th. Tactics Ogre is on the 11th, which I'm really excited about. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet are on the 18th. Yeah, so that's November. Some of those are pretty heavy hitters. Sonic's pretty big. Pokemon's pretty big. I think Tactics Ogre for me is what I'm looking forward to the most. What are you looking forward to in November, Ed?
Definitely Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I'm looking for. I'm looking forward to Tactics Org because I never got to play it. So I do want to get to it and everything. I can skip It Takes Two. That just I was thinking of Discord because this came into my mind. Like, if someone gets to It Takes Two and wants to share with me, do like the friend pass and stuff, then I'll play it. But I could hold off of that.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm gonna tell you, it won't be me sharing it with you because I'm not interested.
yeah. The Sonic Frontier definitely I'm going to get. I am going to get God of War Ragnarok, even though that's not Nintendo. And the reason why I brought that up and everything is because I'm like, that's a lot of stuff to play before Pokemon comes out. So I'm just like, man, I got to get games done. Because I think the week of Sonic Frontiers and God of War, I'm back on vacation again.
Yeah.
For that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Sonic Frontiers looks pretty cool. I think I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna get the Switch version, obviously, but it looks cool. I'm down to play. So
yes, and Harvestella I'm gonna buy. I'm gonna buy that on the 4th.
Oh yeah, Harvestella is not for me. I thought you were talking about something else at first, and I got really excited, and I was like, "Oh wait, no, that's the farming game. Never mind."
I think it's the action part that got me. I'll do the farm thing, whatever, but I like kind of the action, the RPG elements.
Harvestella is like the boring version of ActRaiser.
And everybody, that is shade right there, because that is true.
Just throwing it out there. All right, so the big hitters for December on Switch are Dragon Quest Treasures and Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII. I think Crisis Core looks awesome.
Yes,
Like,
I think that's a must a must have for me.
Yeah, did you did you see the work they put in on the graphics and the menu system and the battle system and re-recorded voice lines, and they kind of made it more
Mm-hmm.
in line with the Final Fantasy VII remake, which I will play when I get a PlayStation. Like, man, that game looks incredible.
Why do I feel like that game is gonna sell? It's gonna sell on all three platforms, but I think it's gonna sell better on Switch because everybody was shocked that Switch was getting that game. No one was expecting it at all for Square Enix to do that. So it's a possibility if the game is running good on Switch that people are going to buy it there. I think they're going to also double dip and get the PlayStation version because they want to make sure that they have that in the Final Fantasy game.
That's the thing, is that people are going to want that Final Fantasy VII collection on PlayStation, right? So most people are probably going to get it there, but also like it just seems like just the way that game is set up, it's very portable. So I could see a lot of people buying it on Switch, which is where I'm going to buy it.
Yeah.
All right, Ed, we're heading into 2023. There's not really a lot here yet, but the year leads off for Nintendo with Fire Emblem Engage, the new mainline Fire Emblem that is bringing back a lot of old characters to engage with new characters, and there's the new emblem mechanic where you can summon these older characters to help build your team. I will be purchasing this day one. Very excited.
Yes, I will be purchasing this. In fact, I will do pre-orders when they go live for the physical version.
Yeah. And they're not up yet because I've been looking all day.
Yes. So look, you have your Amazon and I'll be at my Best Buy.
Yeah. February is actually a pretty big month for Switch as well.
Ooh, February is a nonsense of a month.
Yeah. Although most of these games I will be skipping because Destiny 2 Lightfall comes out on the 28th. But Octopath Traveler 2 comes out on the 24th. Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe comes out on the 24th. And Theater Rhythm Final Bar Line comes out on the 16th. So another Kirby game, Ed. That's something we did not bring up on the direct recap show, but that's probably because we were bringing up games we were excited for. And guess what? A third Kirby game in 9 months is not something everybody's excited for.
So I'm going to say this. I am going to get the Kirby game, and I think I'm going to shelve it in until I'm ready for it so I can have it. I'm supporting my first party Nintendo. So I am going to get it. That month is literally going to be crazy because, like there's a rhythm. I'm definitely going to have that and playing it and everything. Octopath Traveler 2, I'm definitely going to be buying that and playing it and stuff. So unless Microsoft also got some stuff coming out, those three games, I'm definitely going to get. It's just that Kirby, I'm going to just shelve. And I know people are going to be like, why is it $60 for a week game? Blah, blah, blah. Look, it's a Nintendo game. You already know what it is. Don't act surprised. Don't act brand new to this.
I mean, sure. It's Kirby. Very disappointed. So there's nothing else listed here on Game Informer's release date stuff, but we do have Tears of the Kingdom, Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom on May 12th, 2023. I know we're both really looking forward to that.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely going to be the darker sequel, I think, that we're expecting. And then you come out with the third game that is going to be lighter, like a lighter,
Yes.
So it definitely feels like a really kind of copy and paste, not in the sense of the story they're telling or what they're doing, but like a trilogy, right? Where the first game is clearly kind of a standalone experience, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the game sold so well and did so well, and so many people loved it, that I think they're going to treat 2 and 3 almost as one story, right? Where once you finish 2, it'll go right into 3 seamlessly, which we'll talk about on the next expansion pass because I have a lot to say.
Man, that would literally be 4 games in total. To to Hyrule Warriors, Age of Calamity, Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, and then Song of the Hero to the title. Like that would be a major story point in the Legend of Zelda series as games. But yeah, like you said, we'll talk about it on next expansion pass.
Mm-hmm. I'm very excited to talk about it though. Yeah, so that's kind of the roadmap for Switch right now. I think Switch is in good position. Like I said, like we both said, we think there's going to be another direct that kind of fills in that February to May spot, right? There's got to be something in there. I mean, you can't just fill it with Mario Kart DLC and expansion pass stuff, right? Like Nintendo's always had stuff in March and April. I know Q1 is super full of a lot of things, but that's never really stopped Nintendo. I mean, what are we missing? Like, what's gonna go there? We there's not really a lot to like discuss, really. I think.
I mean, we still got ports. Like yes, of course, there's still some games from Wii U, but maybe we start getting some unreleased stuff from Japan. Maybe we start getting some Wii versions of games that get remade or remastered or whatever. Like, but we still looking forward to that Zelda Twilight Princess and Wind Waker. That maybe that possibly happen. Like they could take a 3DS game and bring it up to Switch. Heck, Codename Steam. I was thinking about that with Codename Steam. So after seeing the Tetris system do Fire Emblem, I'm like, they may look back at Codename Steam and be like, you know what? Let's bring this to this platform. We may get Donkey Kong announced, like Star Fox open world game. Like Nintendo is, and then Bayonetta has wrapped up production and everything. I don't know what they're doing right now, but I think Nintendo can be like, hey, Platinum, Astral Chain 2, or what do you guys want to do? Or we need your help. Let's get to talking. Bandai Namco, I know you guys got your hands full, but is there a game that you guys want to work on? Come on. Hey, Pokemon Company, what we got after Scarlet and Violet? Maybe we could do a new IP or something. Like,
yeah,
Nintendo can be talking to a whole bunch of people. And hey, Mercury System, we know that you guys, Metro Prime 4 is on the works. Metro Prime HD, whatever, is in the works. But hey, you guys thinking of wanting to do another like remake of one of our games? Want to do Super Metroid, or you want to do Zero Mission? Like, a high graphics version of Zero Mission from the GBA, and then include the GBA version in that mug. Folks will go insane.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I know. I just I don't know. I have some thoughts to fill that void, right? Like we know Pikmin 4 was announced, right? Which I'm very excited for. That's definitely I still feel like that's definitely a spring game, right? I feel like Pikmin 3 is a pretty surefire bet. That Minecraft Legends game is definitely coming out in the spring. That it's kind of like a Diablo-esque style game, maybe, or I don't remember. No, that was the other one that they did. Anyways, that's one that I have on here. Marvel's Midnight Suns. We know it's coming out on other consoles this fall, and I think that spring would probably be something that they could look at for Switch. In that sense,
Switch is getting it, but it's been delayed. Right?
I know. Yeah, that's
okay.
Yeah. Switch to come at a later date. They said Grim Grimoire once more could fill that spot. The Disney game, that Disney Mickey Mouse game that was announced, could be there. So there's a lot of stuff that can fill that spot. It's just Nintendo usually has some first party stuff as well.
And
Fatal
Hogwarts
Frame could fill that spot too, by the way.
and Hogwarts Legacy is for Switch is definitely later in the year. Then okay.
Yeah, they said that the Switch version would be coming at a later date, and it's still in development. I wonder if they're trying to find someone to help them port it, like Saber or Panic Button. My bet would be Saber because they have experience with giant open world games like The Witcher. That's my thought. But I still think they're going to have another direct where they're announcing something, or the Game Awards could announce something, right? Like that's something that I think could really happen. We still have The Wolf Among Us 2, I think, is coming.
The Sea of Solitude.
No, Sea of Stars.
Sea of Stars.
Yeah.
I can say Sea of Solitude. That's the EA game.
So yeah, I mean, there's a lot that could fill that spot. I'm trying to think more of like first party stuff that Nintendo could potentially do. I also think that mobile Assassin's Creed game could make it over at some point. That Codename Jade, like that seems like a perfect fit for Switch. To be honest, I'm shocked that it's coming to mobile. Why would you make an open world action RPG for mobile? That's still something that boggles my mind.
Do you think EA got anything else planned for Switch after FIFA?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't really care about EA games, to be honest. I mean, the only game that I really care about that they're going to put out is that Star Wars game. So, I don't know. I mean, Aspyr could be porting some of those Star Wars games over. But other than that, that's kind of the roadmap right now. Obviously, we'll revisit it when there's another Nintendo Direct or after the Game Awards or at the beginning of the year, like we always do. But that's what we're looking at, Ed. I'm actually really happy with the way that Switch's roadmap is laid out right now.
That it's about 30 games.
I know. I mean, yeah, I know a lot of the next 6 months. I'm fine. We got a release date for Zelda. That's cool. I still am shocked that they didn't show off the Twilight Princess Wind Waker HD versions, but again, I feel like those are games where it's emergency break glass situation. Like if something gets delayed, they can put those in its place. I don't think that those games are now coming out until 2024 at the earliest now, because you're not going to put 3 Zelda games out in the same year. You're just not.
Heck no.
You know what? You know where that would fit well though. Nintendo always puts a port out in January. Obviously Fire Emblem is taking that spot now this year, but like history shows they put ports out in January. So I'm guessing January 2024, one of them comes out.
I wonder what that would lead into.
Advance Wars. Don't forget. Yeah, but that's another game that could fit that spring spot though. Advance Wars, like April, right before Zelda.
Because really, to actually tell you the truth, Corey, we don't have no first party for 2024 at all. Literally, when Metroid Prime 4 releases in next year, that's it. Where do
but that's fine though. I mean, I don't need to know games that are 2 and 3 years in advance. I think Nintendo's doing it the best, plus Mario could show up next year. Donkey Kong could show up next year. There's a lot of games that are rumored still that have not been announced. The Metroid Prime remake, the entire trilogy is getting a remaster treatment, right?
Do you think we get the new big budget expected games for 2024 next summer for E3? And
I mean, yeah, they're gonna. I think. Look, we just named 30 games they have to get through before they start announcing new games, right? So I'm not too worried about it. I think we will start hearing about games at the end of 2023 and into 2024 at about midway through the year, right, where E3 is supposed to be, right? Like I think that's when we'll start hearing about, oh, here's what's next. So they got to get through Tears of the Kingdom. They have to get through Tears of the Kingdom. After that, they can start pulling out. I still think there's another 3D Mario game coming at some point.
That's what I was about to ask. Do you think that leads to 24?
Here are the games that I think / know are probably going to come in the next 12 to 18 months.
Mm-hmm.
That rumored Donkey Kong game. Some sort of new Mario project. I hope it's a sequel to 3D World. I'm betting it's a sequel to Odyssey. And Metroid Prime 4, right? All those. Mm-hmm. But before Metroid Prime 4 comes out, they're going to release the first 3 games in an HD format. And they're all getting released separately. I'm sorry, everybody, but they're all getting released separately. And I still think Twilight Princess and Wind Waker are also both coming out in the next 18 months. Got to get through Tears of the Kingdom. Got to let people tear that up. Probably be DLC for that. Right? So,
yes.
That's my thought.
We may get Monolith Soft's next game. We may get Beta and Kados. Like, Grezzo, next level games. Like, a lot of the companies that's in Nintendo, even the ones that they acquired, we still don't have like their next game. Well, Next Level did Mario Battle League, but they may be doing something else. But Grezzo, we don't know because after Link's Awakening, they've been quiet.
Yeah,
that movie.
Speaking of, there'll probably be some sort of Mario sports game next year. There's been a Mario sports game every year for the last like 3 years. Mm-hmm. So we'll probably get either Mario Sluggers or Mario Basketball. Like it's going to be one of those.
Do you think we get a Luigi's Mansion 4?
Not this soon. I don't think we get it this soon. There will be one eventually, but not.
But you think it's like an announcement for 24?
I don't know. I'm not even going to try to think about it that far ahead. I'm not thinking that far ahead. Stop making me try to think that far ahead. I'm not doing it.
Well, I'm just saying because we got like a lot of stuff.
Ed, we just named like 12 first party games. I'm not thinking that far ahead.
Well,
there's more first party output from Nintendo in the next 6 months than PlayStation and Xbox have had in the last 3 years. Okay, let's just
slow down.
Yes, let's just slow down. Let's enjoy this fall. Let's get ready for 2023, right? Let's play our Pokemons and our Bayonettas and our Splatoons and finish up Xenoblade Chronicles 3, Mario plus Rabbids, right? Let's finish these up. Let's get Crisis Core in. Let's get that Fire Emblem, which it's probably the most amazing thing on the list right now for me. And then let's see what happens after the Game Awards. We are going to revisit this conversation after the Game Awards.
Okay.
But yeah, that's the roadmap. Let's take a breath. Very exciting day. A very big day for Nintendo fans.
Yes.
I'm very excited to talk about Zelda on the next episode of Expansion Pass because it's going to be a long episode, everybody. The next Expansion Pass will be a long episode. I'm going to cry because I will not get any sleep, but it is okay. Anyways.
Well, everybody, that's going to be it for...
Hold on, Ed. Out of the list that we just said, besides Zelda, what is your most anticipated game coming out in the next 6 months?
It's Bayonetta 3. Like, there's nothing else at this point in time that excites me than Bayonetta 3. I'm ready to kick tail. I'm ready to find out what the story is and just get into that zone of good gameplay and just being excited, see how if the story's going to conclude or is it still going to move on. I that's what I am like really, really hoping for. I'm so excited for Bayonetta 3 out of everything. Everything else I'm going to pick up, look into and enjoy or be like, oh, they didn't do it, but you know what? I got it. I want to show my support. But Bayonetta 3, I've been waiting for this game for a long time and I am excited. So
Yeah, I mean, for me, I think I think,
I think it's Fire Emblem Engage for you.
yeah, see, I think so, but also I'm really excited for Mario Rabbids. Like,
Hmm.
yes, Fire Emblem will always be at the top of my list, right? Always. But man, also
I would say,
we didn't talk about Tales of Symphonia next year could fill that spot too. But
yeah.
that's
I, I think Tales of Symphonia, I need a concrete date for that one.
yeah.
And I need to know if Bandai Namco is going to give us physical or they just making an eShop purchase. I just need more info for that. I'm excited for it, but I just need more info for it. So I would say if yes, Mario Rabbit sparks of hope for you. I would say because my thing is I'm going to get it. I'm like Corey, we're playing right. Like, what you think? What's your thoughts? Like, we're going to talk about that game when it comes out.
Yeah. Yeah, of course we are. So I think that's it. I mean, right now, I think Mario Rabbids is my most anticipated game right now, followed closely I think by Crisis Core. Actually, I'm really
I can
excited.
see that.
I'm really excited for Crisis Core, even though I'm not the biggest Final Fantasy VII fan. I really do want to play the Final Fantasy VII remake. I think it looks awesome. And I think playing Crisis Core before I go into the Final Fantasy VII remake is actually probably for someone who has not really played Final Fantasy VII a lot and doesn't only knows the story through like osmosis, really. Just from paying attention to gaming history and everything. Like, I think playing Crisis Core first is going to be the way to do it.
You never beat the original Final Fantasy VII, right? You never played it or anything?
I played it.
It wasn't
quick. I mean, I know we got to get out of here, but like my Final Fantasy story is like I went 9, 10, 8, 7. So like it's the Ocarina of Time paradox, right? Where like if you played Ocarina of Time when it came out, right? It's like this amazing revolutionary game, right? But like if you play Wind Waker and Twilight Princess and Breath of the Wild first, and then you go back to Ocarina of Time, it's like it's fine. It's not the greatest. And at that point too, I think I was so RPG'd out at the time too, like because I played them all back to back to back, and let me tell you, playing 3 massive RPGs back to back to back was a struggle. But it's then going into 7, and it just like I was so Final Fantasy'd out at the time, and then after like a year or so, Final Fantasy 12 came out, and then I ended up playing that and just moved forward. I never went back. So, but with Final Fantasy 7 being more of an action RPG, really, and more modern, right? I think I'm ready to play that version, and hopefully,
which is the next thing people want from Square, or some people want from Square. They'd be like, "Where's the Final Fantasy 13 trilogy? And why is it not on Switch?" The Final Fantasy, the collection,
the Pixel Perfect collection or whatever.
Yeah, and people are waiting for that to drop on console, and the
thing is they're going to make a really big deal out of it, right? When they bring it to console, because it's theoretically the last time they're going to be able to sell those, because everything's backwards compatible now, or theoretically should be. So when they release it, they're going to make it a big deal because it's literally the last time they can sell it and promote it, So, but yeah, I think Final Fantasy 13, that trilogy at least, I'm actually kind of shocked that's not on Switch yet.
I'm shocked it's not. Well, besides the 360
When did that game come
port,
out?
2013.
I'm gonna look it up.
Look, we both just like let's.
I really liked Final Fantasy 13 a lot. I like Final Fantasy 13.
So it's
2009. So
okay.
2024 would be a good year to circle Final Fantasy because that'll be the 15th anniversary. I think that'd be a good date to circle that for either a Switch release or like an anniversary trilogy release of some sort.
Mm-hmm.
Although they are all backwards compatible on Xbox right now.
Yeah.
Great way to play those games, by the way, because they have the frame rate boost. They're all 4K. They have auto HDR. It looks like a modern game.
But I do not fighting those embers.
Fired. Get good, Ed.
No.
Get me out of here.
Where everybody, that's going to be it for Nintendo Power Block Expansion Pass. I don't know why I said Power Block Expansion Pass. Oh, goodness. That means it's just late.
I mean, it is Power Block Expansion Pass.
That is true. But, Corey, where can we find you quickly?
You can find me at I am Corey Nashi on Twitter and Instagram and various shows on the Boss Rush Network.
You guys can find me on Twitter at the Retrocode and Instagram. Check us out on Discord, on YouTube. And if you are a Patreon supporter, you will get these episodes of one to 2 weeks earlier. Also, check out our other content at bossrush.net and on Boss Rush Network on our YouTube. Thank everybody. Have a great week. Have a great weekend. Rewatch the Direct. Get prepared for the Legend of Zelda discussion.
Watch the Direct recap show.
Yes. Do that. With that, everybody, we'll see you next time on Expansion Pass. Bye, everybody.
Goodbye.